Jeans, heels and a nice sweet top. Doing on our backs when we drop it like it's hot. I don't usually smoke, but here, do you have a light? It must be girls' night. Hi everybody, welcome to the Bimbo and Butch podcast. I'm your resident Butch, aka Emer, and we've also got
your resident Bimbo, aka Jenna, but I am wearing the Butch's clothes today.
Yeah, we thought we'd mix it up. Thought that'd be cute.
That's my top you're wearing.
So your night dress. How is everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Leave us a comment and let us know what you're up to. You had asked our listeners something.
So I told everyone that we were recording this week, and if they wanted to submit anything at all, please, anything that we could discuss or talk about, and I have had quite a lot.
Have you?
Agnian style, some of them are.
Excellent.
So I'll read.
So this episode is about you guys.
It's all about you guys because we like to hear from you, believe it or not.
We do.
We like to party. We like to party. We like to party. Right. So the first question is for you.
For me?
Yes.
Me?
Everyone always wants to. What about me?
What about you? You get enough attention.
Of who?
Julie.
No. Right. So.
That's for me, right enough.
Yeah. Melissa.
You better not be making this up.
No, I'm not. Look.
Okay.
Melissa McElroy. She wrote, I can't remember if it's been spoken about before, but what are Emer's special interests?
That's a great question.
Isn't it? Why not mine, though?
Because you're not autistic.
How do you know?
Officially. That's a really good question. So they're obviously referring to the fact that lots of autistic people have specialist interests, fixations, whatever. I'm actually going to just do a quick Google just to give you a better description than I will. Special interests, autism. So, autism special interests are intense, deeply focused passions many autistic people have, serving as sources of joy, calm, and expertise, often involving detailed learning, collecting, or engaging with a specific topic like trains, anime, science, or animals, providing comfort in a chaotic world and helping manage stress. They're not like typical hobbies due to the depth and focus and can be common or very, very niche. So here's some examples of special interests. Media, specific TV shows like Doctor Who. Characters from books, shows or films like Marvel or Thomas the Tank Engine. Nature, could be animals. Or academics, could be music. So that's pretty interesting. Did you know autistic people have special interests?
Did I know?
Yeah.
My nephew's autistic.
Oh yes, I forgot your nephew's autistic. So yeah, it's interesting. So mine, what are mine? That's a great question. Girls and boys can have very, very different ones.
Why? Sorry to interrupt, but why is the fascination with trains, or is that just a stereotype?
It is a stereotype, but it can be something. I mean, some stereotypes can be true to life. You know, like, so there are people who are particularly interested in trains, and for me, I think it's because there are quite a lot of autistic people who are very mechanically minded. And trains are a very mechanical thing. They're engineering related, you know. So, like yesterday, I was in town and I bought a framed train ticket from back in the day. Do you know? So I think there's some autistic people who are just attracted to that. So mine would be vehicles. Would definitely be one of mine. Really, really overly interested in vehicles, whether it's cars, motorbikes, trailers, anything like that. Growing up, mine would have been music, would have been a big one for me. And I always would have liked sports and things, but they wouldn't have been special interests in the way that they weren't obsessions. But I have a one that is unusual to the general public, but it's very common for autistic people, and it's reading reviews. So I will, for enjoyment, look up random products and read thousands of reviews on them. And my hobby is to read the reviews. Now, that sounds weird, but it's quite common. If you're autistic, I know there's other people who read reviews, and it's like a form of collecting. So collecting information. So that's probably my main one that is an unusual one that people wouldn't know is kind of an autistic special interest.
I never would have knew that. Reading reviews,
but not going on and looking and reading a couple of reviews. But for example, if I was like, right, I've got some downtime, I want to chill, I might go and look at a piece of equipment that I'm interested in.
Okay.
And read every review on the internet.
Right.
Read thousands of reviews about it. So mine would be that. Another thing mine would be kind of anything technology based. So cameras, microphones. Mine would all be kind of tech related. Even when I say music, my interests would be like microphones, instruments, how they're put together, vehicles, the parts of the vehicles. So mines are kind of techie as well. And then a lot of people have special interests that come and go. Like I will have very intense interests for a while and then they'll go, and that would be more common in girls. And girls who are autistic also have more socially acceptable interests. So a lot of autistic girls' interests are an extreme interest in makeup.
Okay.
Horses would be one. Irish dancing for people here.
Right.
A lot of autistic people into Irish dancing. But because those things seem typical,
Right.
people don't necessarily notice that they're hyper interests, you know. So those would be mine. Reading reviews, and anything kind of tech related.
Well,
and dogs. Dogs are my number one special interest.
Dogs.
But I don't even think I need to explain that.
No.
Dogs. So I play Guess the Breed every single day. I wake up and I say, Alexa.
What do you mean?
I just game Guess the Breed. I get Alexa to show me a breed of dog and I guess what it is. And see if I'm out and about and I see a breed, I'm like, I go up to the person and I'm like, I'm not social, I don't really go up to people, but if they have a dog, I'm like, is that a Shih Tzu crossed with a boxer? Is that a Lurcher crossed with a Whippet? Is that... And if I ever get it wrong, I'm fuming.
I could imagine you getting something wrong. You don't like getting things wrong.
I hate being wrong. I hate getting things. That's the autism, like.
Aye.
I hate it. But that's my other thing, dogs, and I love playing Guess the Breed. I actually have an app on my phone too that's Guess the Breed, and it shows you a breed and then it gets harder and harder. So yeah, dogs.
So is that what you be doing when you're not answering my WhatsApp?
I'll be reading reviews and guessing the breed.
On a train?
Yeah.
Mine would be more, obviously I'm not autistic,
Officially.
but I would, I would have hyperfocus. So mine would change from week, not week to week, probably every few weeks, every few weeks.
Because that's quite a female autism presentation. Changing it.
Mine's is more on, it seems to be now because I'm the podcast, is the guest of the podcast, so...
That's your hyperfocus for a few days?
So not even for a few days. Sometimes after I've spoke to them as well, I'll deep dive into... Like I was recently talking to a guy that shared a cell with Bobby Sands, and that was me for weeks, hooked. I was... all the interviews, every book on the library that you could get out, and I was just reading everything about it and learned so much new things, and I just love learning.
I know what one of yours is.
What?
Like death.
Oh, morbid?
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
So severe
Conspiracy
fascination.
theories and death.
So, I had to cancel postpone
I know.
my documentary.
Your morgue visit? Mm-hmm. Because of your flu?
That's how you know I was sick. I was so worried that they were going to be like, we're just going to get someone else. We're going to get someone else to do it. I was like, I promise I never ring in sick, and I'm never sick. But so it's now soon, which is exciting. I know.
That is amazing.
Because I was supposed to come back with an update.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could tell us in the next week.
So I can tell you next week.
Class. Right.
Another
Do we have
question.
any more questions?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll not read the name out of this one because I don't know if they would want me to.
Yeah, no names.
So, what's your thoughts on a mum rushing to get married to their partner of 20 years because their daughter got engaged and she didn't want them getting married before her?
Well,
I wasn't expecting that, were you?
I mean, you can't really put yourself in anybody else's shoes because we don't know the exact scenario. But
they told you?
No, but, you know, we don't know the history, we don't know the family dynamic, but I don't think the reason to rush to marry someone is because someone else is getting married first and you want to put them to the post.
No.
If I thought someone was marrying me for that reason, I would be really upset.
After 20 years as well?
Yeah. So if I was the other person, I'd be upset by that, and I would want you to marry me because you want to marry me, not to outdo somebody. I think that's sad.
Do you know, I feel sometimes weddings can be quite bitchy.
I've only been there.
Like the brides, not bitchy, but like when it's coming up to the wedding, you hear the term like bridezilla.
Yeah.
But it's like, she's not sitting there, like she's not sitting here, and you're like,
it can bring out the worst in people.
Is everyone all of a sudden 12 again? What do you mean you're not sitting beside this person? It does, doesn't it?
Can bring out the worst in people. What do you think about that situation?
It's weird. Our daughter as well, out of everyone.
Do you ever see sometimes? I've heard this from a few girls. I am very close to my mum. I do feel like, because I'm so boyish, I have a different relationship with my mum than a typical mum and daughter.
Right.
Like, I feel like if anyone was describing me, it would be more like being a mummy's boy. Do you know? Like, that's what my girlfriend says to me, like, you're such a mummy's boy. And we're very close, and that's how my mum would act. It would be like, you know how mums are if their son gets a girlfriend? You know, that's how my mum would be. But never that I would be, you know, doing anything wrong or, you know. So I cannot believe a scenario in which my mum would ever feel threatened by me or any sense of competition. But I have heard from some female friends nearly like a clash or a jealousy. And I think that is so bizarre, but it sounds like that's what's going on there.
That is actually quite common, you know.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't experience it because it's nearly like my mum nearly treats me like a daughter/son. Do you know? So I don't have that. But I have heard lots of girls talking about it. I've heard friends talking about that. Or maybe not getting on with their mums, or there being a clash, or there being a jealousy. And that sounds a wee bit like that.
It does, doesn't it?
Because if I had a kid, why would I suddenly want to get married because I was afraid of them doing it first? That's nearly more either someone you don't like or a sibling that you're jealous of. Do you know? What do you think, Julie?
Yeah, I just think it's not a good enough reason to get married.
It's not, isn't it?
No, it's not. Like, it's not about, like, marriage should be about the person that you're wanting to marry. It shouldn't be like a race, or you know, it shouldn't revolve around anybody else but yourselves, really.
Exactly. You know, they need to go to family therapy. Because there's something there.
An intervention.
There's something there.
Talking about therapy, want to hear this one? I told my therapist a fake story to see if she was paying attention. She diagnosed me based on it. I am now medicated for something that never happened.
Is that Julie? Julie, I told you those lies would catch up to you.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. Oh my God. That is actually hilarious.
I would be too nice to say as well. I wouldn't be all like, I can't take this medication because I lied.
Like,
I take them.
Could you give me a higher dose? That is
give
hilarious.
Got. Imagine.
You'd be so polite that you'd have to keep going. Do you have more?
Oh my God,
Here, I'll read you.
You read. Do you have some?
I've got a couple that accidentally sent them to me instead of the Bimbo and Butch page. So, someone here, this is a story. I've not even read it.
A story?
Oh, this is a trauma dump. They want a trauma dump to us.
Okay.
I'll not name the name. I was once doing a bride's makeup on their wedding morning. Her mother was in the room as we were finishing up. My sister was bridesmaid. Her mother started to tell a story, the most slow and boring story I've ever heard in my life, and kept doing these long pauses. It was a serious story about a car crash, and she was involved, so please bear in mind that as you read the rest, my sister was side-eyeing me, basically being like, please don't laugh. But the speed at which the story was being told and the silence in the room during the pauses were painful. The minute we locked eyes, I lost my shit. I wailed a big... This would be me. I wailed a big gasp from my throat and tried to hide my laughter by holding my hands up to my mouth. The words I uttered in that very silent moment, as everyone stared at me, still haunt me to this day. As I gasped inwards after I blew out my laugh with my hands at my face, I said... Oh my God, I just sniffed my fingers and they are stinking. I didn't explain myself. I bolted. I left my sister standing in the middle of a completely dazed wedding party as I got into my car and drove home. I will add, when I was saying my fingers were stinking, in my own head I thought it was a great quick excuse as I had self-tanned the night before and not washed it off yet. I just was in such a faff I couldn't think of another reason why I would suddenly put my fingers to my face and snort in the middle of a conversation. And I told them I had stinking fingers with zero context. I didn't explain why I just ran. They have no idea I meant tan, and I never saw them again. My sister doesn't see them anymore either, and she still tells me she wishes I just told the mother her story was shite. That would have been less embarrassing than asking them to smell my fingers. Oh, that set off my pneumonia. Oh my God, that is hilarious. And then she said, there you go, that's my trauma dump.
Oh, Christ.
That was good. That's like
funny.
that one. Do you have another question for us? Thanks for sending us that. That was really good.
No, so this...
I have only one more.
This isn't really a question, it's just a story. So when your other half changes the name of your Ring doorbell, and now I get notifications saying there is someone at your anus and there's motions at your anus.
I might do that. That's pretty good. I like that.
Motions at your anus.
That's hilarious.
There is let's see. Oh, this is a GP receptionist from a few weeks ago.
We were slagging them.
We were slagging, but we weren't.
We weren't.
It was all in jest.
Yeah, they're great.
So just thought I'd send a wee note to say I love listening to your podcast. Yous are the sunshine in a very dark day, as I'm a GP receptionist, but I howl with laughter about what bitches we are. Honestly, we are not. But the amount of stupidity that we have to listen to on a daily basis between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. literally leaves us brain dead. So give us a little bit of slack. The crazy thing is, I work in the area where probably both or one of you may go to the doctors.
Oh, God.
So I apologise in advance if I've offended you or you're... What? I do have a healthcare qualification. Keep up the amazing podcast. It's class. So, thank God she liked it.
That's good. Thank you. Hashtag not all GP receptionists.
See?
We got one here about Julie.
Oh.
Someone said, I listened to the podcast today and laughed hysterically at Julie singing. And your reaction's absolutely class. This person also sent me a really lovely message. They said, hi, Emer. I'm a big fan of the podcast, but I've been worried about you after the last one. Please say you've been to see the doctor about your dead leg.
Have you?
No.
No, of course you haven't.
And she said, I really think you should, especially due to your past history with your circulation. I know it's hard to get a doctor's appointment, so I would go to a walk-in centre if the GP won't see you. You can't get past them receptionists. And then she said she's a nurse, but that's her professional opinion, which was very nice of her. And she says, don't worry about wasting anyone's time. If you have any other concerns, head to A&E. If it's nothing, then happy days. You'll be glad you went. That's really kind, isn't it?
People are lovely too.
Oh, some people are so nice to us. And I've had, let me see...
There's one here. I love the podcast. It's getting me through night shifts as a retail worker. The amount of times you have me in stitches. If the manager watches the camera, she'd think I'm demented. I love yous both. It's so lovely hearing Emer talk as a fellow Strabane native.
Oh, hello Strabanimals.
That's nice, isn't it?
That is really nice. Oh, here, I love a Monday morning drive to work listening to you guys. Makes my whole morning, and I'm laughing the whole way up and down the road. People are lovely.
Some people actually say, I never leave a comment or I never reply to things, but I have this time, and I'd be buzzing. I screenshot them.
That'd be so nice. Right, I've got one more trauma story. Last night I was out in Belfast starving, so me and my friend got one of the giant pizza slices from the little wing hut. There I am enjoying my stunning pepperoni pizza while steaming. A man comes up to me and shouts, "Oh, I'll get it into you, you C-U-N-T, you dirty bastard. You love it, don't you?"
Oh my God.
Mid pizza slice going into my mouth. Love the podcast. So that's her. She's been verbally assaulted in Belfast city centre, having a little wing slice. I had a little wing yesterday. It was gorgeous. Imagine that. What? I got another one from someone, a really nice one. Loving your work. Thanks. Keep thinking I might be autistic, but not pursuing a diagnosis because I'm so hilarious and charming. I didn't think it fit the criteria. But after discovering your content, I'm going to ask for a referral. So we're doing the good work of the Lord, getting people to realise that they are, in fact, autistic.
Should I go and get a diagnosis?
Well, you don't go and get a diagnosis. You go and have an assessment. Because, obviously, if you're not autistic,
Did we have this conversation before?
No, but... Hang on, I fix my turnip. We've talked about you possibly having the autism. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast. But yeah, you go for an assessment. The assessments, I found
You were tricked into the assessment.
I found it difficult, like, but it is, if you're having, for me it was beneficial because I was having mental health problems at the time, so it was, like, anyone who's thinking, should I go? I think if you're having mental health problems, if you're a bit confused about who you are, if you want to know why you find certain things difficult, absolutely, go for it. Like, it would possibly be good for you and your sense of self and that kind of thing.
Well, I suppose, I don't know, would it make any difference to my life?
It depends
because
where you
it's
are
not
in your
affecting
life.
me mentally.
Yeah, it
It's
depends.
It's not affecting me mentally.
Now, obviously, you have OCD. And if you have OCD, I think it's you're 4 times more likely to have autism if you're a woman. If you have OCD, yeah, they're so closely linked, and so is autism and eating disorders, extremely closely linked. So if you have either of those things, your likelihood of having it's a bit higher, well, quite a bit higher. But it depends how much is bothering you and affecting you. I always say to people, if you're doing well, if you have your own routines that you're happy with and you're settled in life, you don't need it. But if you are struggling mentally, you're having mental health difficulties, you feel that you don't know who you are, you're really hard on yourself because you don't know when to give yourself a break, I would say that's the time to go. And it really, women in particular, if they get a diagnosis of autism, their mental health improves significantly.
Right.
So I would say if you're having mental health difficulties, go for it. But if you're not, I wouldn't put myself through it.
No, because remember we spoke about how much I masked my whole life? When I stopped masking, I think the depression that I thought that I had wasn't depression, it was masking. And since I stopped burnout. It was burnout. Since I stopped doing things that I don't want to do, I've been fine. But
that's the thing. You can just choose not to do things you're not comfortable with. Like, I think when you get a bit older, you kind of realise, oh, I don't have to do everything exactly the same as everybody else.
Yeah.
And I can make my life fit me instead of me trying to fit everybody else and what suits everybody else. And I think that's what I mean by, if you're settled in your life and you're happy with how things are and you don't need it for any reason, like you're not studying and they need to know, or you're not, your workplace doesn't need to know. If none of that's an issue, I find the assessment difficult, so I personally wouldn't put myself through it because you're under pressure in the assessment. If you're autistic, you're under pressure because it's testing your communication skills, and it's lengthy and I find it hard. Whereas if you're really struggling mentally, it's not going to make anything worse.
True.
So that's kind of what I would recommend to people. And there's quite a lot of people reaching out to me saying, look, I think I might be autistic.
Is this from the podcast?
Podcast and in general.
Oh, just in
Somebody's messaged me from the podcast about the podcast saying, I listened to the podcast. I don't want to read their message out because it's too specific and people might know who they are. But they've said they're autistic and they're in a relationship and they're asking me for advice.
Okay.
So it can kind of help too if you know you are, and then you kind of know other autistic people and you can help each other out. But also, self-diagnosis is very valid now. So if you don't want to go through an assessment and things, but you're 100% convinced you're autistic, then you can kind of just be, you can also be happy in the knowledge that you are, and you can still be part of online communities and things like that. The only times that it might be an issue not having a diagnosis is if you needed to prove to the government that you were autistic.
Why?
Well, I don't know. If you needed
support services and stuff.
If you needed support services, if you needed a carer, if you needed a blue badge, if you needed whatever, if you were at a university, and you needed to provide something to the disability team. I don't know if they still do that. But those times it can be helpful, but there's not a lot of times in your adult life, unless you need a significant amount of support or you're having a mental health crisis, that you need to give your diagnosis to anybody anyway. So I don't know. It was very worth it for me, but I got my diagnosis during a massive mental health breakdown. So it was helpful for me. If it was right now, with how I am right now, I'm very settled and everything at the minute, but I still have a lot of difficulties in home life that I would probably always have needed a diagnosis, because there's some things I just can't do.
You mentioned there that someone messaged you about they were autistic and in a relationship, what kind of things would you face as an autistic person? Is that what we say? In a relationship? Like, what kind of barriers would you have that say I wouldn't, or...
Well, first of all, I think there's a lot of positives to being in a relationship with somebody autistic. Like, people who are autistic are extremely loyal, very, very honest, can be very blunt and direct, but that can be good, because if I've ever liked someone, across the board, they've always said to me, you know, you're so complimentary, you're so whatever, but it's because if I think something, I'll say it.
Yeah.
So if you come in, I'll be like, oh, Jenna, I love that top, or oh, I love your hair, did you get your hair done? Oh, you look different today. But because we're so observant and say exactly what we think, now it works the other way too.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, you're looking a bit rough. But like, they'll say like, you're so complimentary. That's never happened to me before, but it's because we're so honest. And it can help, because if you're in a relationship with someone and you're autistic and they're not, they learn very quickly that you mean exactly what you say.
Right.
So there's no hidden messages, there's no ulterior motives. So there's loads of benefits like that. But communication can be a big issue.
That's what I was thinking
because
now.
you can come across as not being as emotional as the other person, or as emotionally driven. So if I ever fight with my girlfriend that I'm out with now,
Yeah.
she's very emotionally driven, as are most people and most women, and empathetic and all that, and I'm pure logic.
Yeah.
So I'll be saying, but that's not what I said. And she'll say, oh, but that's what you meant. And I'm like, no, I meant what I said.
Yeah.
And what I said is exactly, you know. So communication can definitely be an issue. It's also a very big issue seeing something from somebody else's point of view. So if you're autistic, you cannot put yourself in somebody else's shoes, usually. It's a big part of being autistic. So it's very hard to see someone else's point of view. So say you and I went to the coffee shop and you said to me, I think that person was rude to me, or to you.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, no, they weren't. And I say to you, no, they weren't. And you come up here and you were really annoyed and you were like, oh, it's because I think they were rude to me. In my head, I'm like, why is she upset? Because they weren't rude to her. And that is the truth. Right. Therefore, why is she upset? I can't put myself into your shoes and think, maybe I didn't hear something, or maybe you're sensitive today, or maybe in the moment you can't really do that.
Right.
And people find that difficult, especially girls find that difficult, because they are, you know, empathetic.
Yeah.
And those things. So the communication and putting yourself in somebody else's shoes are the issues, and being really black and white. But on it, that's it. I think the benefits outweigh any difficulties.
I think so. By what you're saying, who the hell doesn't want someone loyal and honest and blunt?
I know. And like, autistic people are usually good crack, and they usually don't care what people think. You know, I would never be embarrassed doing things in public, like being affectionate. Like, I always remember my mum always saying to me, you're the only one that hugs me. But that's because I've no sense of social whatever that might make people make fun of me, or that's not cool. I don't care. Do you know, I just care about the person that I'm with. I don't care how things look. I don't care, do you know. But in a relationship, I think that's really nice.
Aye.
Do you know? So yeah, I definitely think the benefits outweigh any difficulties. Any difficulties are all communication related, or putting yourself in somebody else's shoes related, in my experience.
But communication in a relationship's hard anyway, especially over text. Like even my nieces say they hate the way I text, because I text so, they say I text so cold.
Well, no, I don't think you're cold over text. No. You're just very informative.
But sometimes it's
just because I have to be fast. Because
that's
my texting is very information based.
Aye.
And that's how we text. And but you would be good with an autistic person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're straight to the point and it's not too fluffy and all that. You would actually be really good. So that's maybe hard for them.
So they like always think that I am cross at them or something, and I'm like, no, why would I be cross? Or it was just your text. I'd be like, I'm such a bad texter, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just to the point.
I think you're just direct, and that makes me think of another point. I'm much better texting than face to face. In any levels of confrontation, and I've always been much better.
I would rather run away than be in any confrontation.
I know. But I struggle to focus, pay attention, whereas if it's written down, I'm so much better. And again, that is totally an autistic thing. But lots of people are better like that. So if I'm ever going out with someone, if we're having a disagreement, I always want to text about it. And they always want to talk face to face. So that's another clash because like other people like myself, if someone is face to face and there's a lot of emotion, I don't cry or anything like that, but I just totally shut down and go silent. And then they're like, you don't care, you know, or you're just going mute. You don't care. You're not engaging. But I can't engage. So inside, in my head, I'm thinking, just say something. But nothing comes out. Nothing will come out. So that is another thing. But that's communication again. And autism is classified as a social communication disability. And people kind of forget about that if you are kind of articulate and intelligent and all that. They forget that under extreme stress, it doesn't matter how articulate you are, everything shuts off. So that's hard.
When was the last time you cried? Why do I feel like you're on my podcast?
I feel like it's Oprah.
Life
when
stories.
Was the last
Piers
time
Morgan.
I cried?
When was the last time you cried?
Like I'm not hormonal. I'm not a crier.
No, I'm not a crier either.
I don't know.
You hard-hearted bitch. You can't even think.
It'll have been about a dog or something.
Taz?
I cried when Taz died.
Did you actually?
I cried when Taz died, yeah. But that's the kind of thing that would make me cry. I cried over that. I can't think when else. I'm extremely sensitive, but I'm just not a crier. Do you know?
I don't cry.
Taz's death was my last. Oh, I know when I cried. I cried recently when I watched a thing called Perfect Neighbour on Netflix.
Oh my god! I watched it. I binged it whenever I was sick. Oh my god!
About the horrible woman.
Aye.
And it was all through police body cam footage. And anyone should watch it. I just put it on. My mum was there, girlfriend was there, brother was there. Just put something on, and I thought, this documentary, this will be alright. And basically it was these kids in this cul-de-sac playing. This horrible woman who was a neighbour, always out shouting at them, calling them racist names and all this, and she kept calling the police on them.
Aye.
And then eventually what happened was she took one of the wee boys' iPads. These were lovely kids, like they weren't doing anything wrong.
They were just playing.
They were just playing on the street.
The greenery part.
She took one of their iPads, and then the mum went over to get it, and she shot the mum. And it showed you in real time. This woman was white. The mum and the kids and all were black. And it showed you in real time in police body cam footage the wee boy being there when his mum was shot, and him running over and showing you through everybody's ring doorbells. Then it showed you the police arriving. Then it showed you his dad arriving. The dad having to tell the 4 kids.
It's awful.
The mummy was gone. Oh my god! So that was the last time I actually cried.
That was
really the most
sad.
devastating thing I've ever watched.
That was a hard watch.
It wasn't a dramatization.
It was
and
real
it wasn't
life.
talking after the fact because it was body cam footage. It was exactly at the time, like these wee babies finding out, and they were all the kids were probably all primary school age, finding out that their mum had just been shot by their crazy neighbour, and she was so arrogant. She thought she'd get away with it. She said the woman attacked her or something, and it was self-defense.
Yeah.
That's the last time I've properly cried.
That was a hard watch though.
I would recommend it though.
Did you watch?
Because it shows you how horrible some people are.
Did you watch the P Diddy thing on Netflix? The 50 Cent.
No, I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
He's a bad man.
So I don't know, and I'm going to be watching that. But now that I'm in a couple, I'm not allowed to watch anything alone.
No,
so I'm
that's
waiting.
Cheating. If you watch ahead of your partner, that's cheating.
I'm waiting to watch that.
But
I don't know anything about his story.
Did you not watch his trial that was on there throughout the summer?
No.
So I watched it live for the 6 weeks that it was on, taking notes and everything.
So I did that with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard
I did that. I was so invested in that. Did the same with Sean Combs, and he is a horrible man, but 50 Cent doesn't like him, never liked him.
I've heard this.
So it's 50 Cent actually created this documentary on Netflix. Yeah. And I don't know how he got the footage though. But I know
how he got the footage.
How?
Because...
We ringing him?
I was on the phone to P Diddy. No.
Fitty P Diddy.
People won't be thinking I'm part of Diddy's ring. It's my Tinder name, Diddy's ring.
Diddy's ring.
But the girlfriend.
Cassie.
What?
Whose girlfriend?
Mine.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, who's Cassie?
Your other
Get me in
girlfriend.
trouble.
Sorry,
Nobody
I don't
knows
know what I
about
meant.
her. So the girlfriend says to me, she's obsessed with it, with the P Diddy and the Fiddy story and all this here. And she's like, do you know they were friends and then Fiddy turned on her and blah blah. And I'm
Fiddy.
like, and she's like, don't be watching that without me. But she wants me to listen to the Psychopedia podcast episode about P Diddy first, so that I can have the full background information. I need to revise before I'm allowed to watch this episode, or this series. So she said that she watched the first episode without me, so that was nearly break up.
After her telling you not to?
After her telling me not to.
Don't like that about you, Sam.
Absolutely. So she said the reason that they have all this footage of P Diddy as if someone's there videoing him and it's all very natural is because apparently he paid a guy or got a guy to film all this.
Right.
And he had employed him, but either he didn't pay him or he didn't, something like that.
Right.
And the guy sold the footage to somebody else. The guy was like, hey, I got all this footage of P Diddy up close and personal and sold it to somebody. So I wonder then if 50 Cent came in and was like...
He was the highest bidder. Do you know he turned up at his...
Billy Clare?
No, I wish he did. No, I went to see...
Do you fancy Fiddy?
No, I don't fancy him. No, I love his music.
Take you to the candy shop.
Love his music from back in the day.
You like my lollipop.
That was so dirty at the time.
It's a great song, though.
Still is, still bangs. He turned up at the trial with popcorn and everything. He does not like P Diddy, and it's so funny to watch. Popcorn. So he's been doing press runs as well, like Good Morning America and stuff, and they were like, how did you get the footage? And he was all, I'm not telling. I'll never tell. And he's just
I don't know how Sam
absolutely
knows.
Delighted.
It's made it to Belfast how you got the footage. She seems to know everything.
Well, unless they're in cahoots. Sam and Fiddy.
They might be. They go way, way back. She loves him.
Does she love him?
She must have worked in the candy shop. She really likes
Giving
him.
out all that candy.
I don't know.
She really likes him.
Does
She fancy him? Does she think he's good
I don't know if she fancies him.
I don't think he's good looking, man. No, Chris Brown is good looking.
Oh, you can't say anything good about Chris Brown.
Good looking?
No, but you can't say anything good about him.
Why?
You know what he did to Rihanna?
Oh, aye.
I'm going to have to cut that out.
Cut that out, Jilly, sorry.
No, we're not Chris Brown fans here.
I would.
We're not Chris Brown fans here.
No, we're not. We don't like anyone that lifts their hand.
No violence against women.
No violence against anyone.
Keep it in because this is educational. No violence against woman, man, child.
Just keep your hands to yourself, everyone.
Keep your hands to yourself. Absolutely.
Do you know what? I was driving past Dannon's school the other day, and there was a big sign, and it was like end violence against women and girls, and do not hit women and I thought, can we just change the sign? Do not hit anyone? Yeah,
don't hit anybody. But now, to be fair, women and girls in Northern Ireland, I think, is the highest rate of violence against women and girls. And it should be don't hit anyone, but women and girls get it a lot worse.
Because Dan and Dad asked me, why are people allowed to hit boys? And I said,
for
no,
kids, it should probably be don't hit anyone.
That's what I said. I said, we'll change it and say, just keep your hands to yourself, please.
Absolutely. And on that very uplifting note about domestic violence, thank you for listening to another episode of Bimbo Butch. Let us know what you thought about everything that we chatted about. And we will see you next week.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.